Welcome to The Explainer. In this session, we're going to break down exactly how you, as a professional in Pakistan, can make that dream of working in the UK a reality. Now, all of this info comes straight from the experts. It's based on a discussion arranged by UK Visa Pro. They're a specialist UK visa consultancy right there in Lahore. So you know the advice you're getting is top-notch and up-to-date. So you're dreaming of working in the UK, right? It's a goal for so many people. But let's be honest, the whole process can feel, well, pretty overwhelming. Where do you even start? We're here to clear away the confusion and lay out a clear path to success. All right, here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with how to choose the right visa path for you. Then we'll crack the code on eligibility, assemble your document toolkit, talk about how to avoid those common slip-ups, and finally, look at when it makes sense to get some expert help. Ready? Let's jump in. Okay, first things first. Choosing your visa path. This is absolutely the most important first step because everything, and I mean everything, that follows depends on picking the right category for your career goals. So, take a look at this. The data from 2024 is pretty clear. The skilled worker visa, it's the big one, with about 9,000 grants. But check out the health and care visa. That's almost 3,000 people. It really shows you just how much the UK is looking for talented medical professionals from Pakistan right now. And this is a really important difference to get your head around. The skilled worker visa is kind of the general purpose route for folks in IT, engineering, finance, you name it, as long as you have a sponsor. The health and care visa, though, is a special fast track for medical pros. Think doctors, nurses, carers. It's tailored just for them. All right, so you've picked your lane. Now you've got to prove you qualify. And in the UK system, that means it's time to talk about points. So the whole thing is basically a points game. You need to score 70 points to win. Now, 50 of those points are mandatory. You get 20 for having a job offer, another 20 for it being at the right skill level, and 10 for your English skills. No getting around those. The last 20 points, those are what they call tradable. You can get them through things like your salary or if you have a PhD. And speaking of salary, this is a number you absolutely have to burn into your brain. £41,700. That's the new general minimum salary you'll need for most skilled worker visas starting July 2025. It's a big jump, and it's all about making sure these jobs are genuinely high-skilled roles. But, and this is a big but, that number isn't for everyone. If you're going for the health and care visa, the salary threshold is much lower, down at £29,000. And if you're on the global talent route, forget salary. There's no minimum at all. It's all about proving you're a leader in your field. Okay, so you've figured out your path, you know you meet the points. What's next? Well, now comes the paper chase. It's time to assemble your document toolkit. And trust me, getting this part perfect is not optional. Think of this as your step-by-step battle plan. First, you need that Certificate of Sponsorship, or COS, from your UK employer. Then, you've got to pass an approved English test. Next up, book that mandatory TB test. After that, you'll gather up all your financial proofs and job history. And finally, if any of your documents aren't in English, you'll need certified translations. Follow these steps in order, and you'll save yourself a world of headache. Now, I want to pause on that TB test for a second, because this is a deal breaker. Since Pakistan is on the UK's list, this test is absolutely mandatory. You have to get it done at an approved clinic. If you skip it, or if your certificate expires, it's an automatic rejection. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's that serious. Okay, let's talk about the tricky part, avoiding the common pitfalls. The reality is, about 12% of work visa applications from Pakistan get refused. But here's the thing. It's usually because of really simple, avoidable mistakes. So let's shine a light on them so you don't fall into the same traps. This table says it all, really. Look at the reasons for rejection. It's not usually some super complex legal issue. It's the small stuff. Forgetting the TB certificate? Instant rejection. Getting details wrong in your certificate of sponsorship? That accounts for a whopping 20% of refusals. Not getting your Urdu documents properly translated? That causes delays and big questions.
These are such simple things, but they can sync your entire application.
But here's the flip side, and it's really good news. If you're properly prepared, your chance of success is incredibly high, like 85 to 90%. So it's not a question of if you can get the visa. The real question is, how do you make sure you're in that successful group and not the small percentage who get rejected over a simple mistake? And that question leads us perfectly into our final section, getting expert help. When your career and future are on the line, how do you take the risk out of the equation? So you've really got two ways to play this. You can go the DIY route, do all the research yourself, try to keep up with every little rule change, and hope you don't miss anything. Or you can work with a pro, like UK Visa Pro. They'll audit your profile, give you customized checklists, and help you strategize to get the best possible outcome. And this table just breaks down that advantage. Look at document prep, a huge reason for refusal. A consultant handles that. Eligibility checks, they're using the latest rules, not something you found on a forum 6 months ago. And if, God forbid, you do get a refusal, they know how to build the evidence for an appeal. The difference is pretty stark. Really, the key takeaway from the discussion with the experts was to think about this differently. Professional guidance isn't just a cost, it's an investment in your future. For an application this important, it's about getting that peace of mind and knowing you've given yourself the best possible shot at success. So, are you ready to take that next step with confidence? We've walked through the path, the points, and the pitfalls. The journey is mapped out. Now it's up to you. And if you're looking for that personalized guidance we talked about, the team at UK Visa Pro, who helped inform this whole explainer, are the ones to talk to. You can find them at ukvisa.pro. We really hope this has helped you feel ready to move forward.